What up, YouTubers? It's me again. I know I just uploaded a video of Picure. I'm not doing that today, obviously, because it's Saturday, so I won't be reviewing the episode for quite a bit. Until this video is uploaded, I won't be reviewing this week's episode. Tomorrow. I'm going to be reviewing... Tonight I'm going to be reviewing the first episode of the Shaman reboot. So I've been looking forward to quite a while since it was announced late last year. I was planning on doing this a few minutes ago, but it was acting up for some reason. So probably don't remember much about it. Hey. Let's see. It's the so we spoilers for those who haven't seen it. Go check it out on any streaming app you have. Anyway, it starts out with young in a Japanese house years ago. We're introduced to Yo's family. His mother, his grandfather, and his father, I think. Yes. You notice that I'm trying to be quiet. So anyway, a baby was born. The grandfather wanted to kill it. I do not know the reason why. Like, he just says he wants to kill the baby. And that baby turns out to be Hao Asakura, Yo's twin brother. Now, I need to mention this before I go on. I've only seen the bits of the original Shaman King anime from the English dub. Only a couple episodes. So, I'm not going to do comparisons. But I will be watching the original anime soon. In fact, I might do it today. Also, watch a bit of Discourse the Avengers. I've only gone past 13 episodes on that one. And what do we want? Watch the last part. Watch the rest. Anyway. It's recon. So I don't know much about Shaman King as well. Don't know much about it as well. So I don't know the right guy's name because I don't really read the manga. Shame really. I was planning on reading it to review it before this season came out, but yeah. So, yeah. It was the reincarnated version of a person, and that disappeared over 1,000 years ago, or 100. I can't remember. I'd like to learn more about that. I hope the anime does tell me, but I might know from reading the manga, because I plan on reading the manga soon. So I can know the story before when watching the next episode. It's a weekly series. Episode 1 came out Friday. Yeah, it came out Friday. No, actually, it came out... No, it came out 2 days ago, actually. I couldn't review it that day. I was going to review it yesterday, but the video took too long to upload. It only uploaded today, obviously. I was hoping it would upload yesterday. Yeah, probably gotta watch it probably on Sunday, but I couldn't. So yeah. Yeah. Baby Hao disappears. Then we cut to the opening, which is actually a really good opening. And I say I love the visuals of the reboot. Just love how it looks. The animation just makes it flow great. And it reminds me of some comedy with One Piece. Well, Actually, maybe those two might cross over someday. Yeah, do Luke, the shaman, the shaman and the pirate king, or the pirate king versus the shaman king. Yeah, he's just not his hell. I'm not drunk. Um, you can go watch the opening on YouTube. It's really good. I mean, it's a really good opening. A quick mention. They combined some elements of the second episode of the original anime into episode 1. I'm not kidding. I'll explain that part a little bit right now. After the opening, we introduced to Manta, Oyama the Manta. I don't know. I did write it down. I haven't wrote down the reboots, but so I don't know if it's still the same Manta, but yeah. Oyamada Manta. That's his name. Unlike in the original anime, where he started off at school. He started off school in the original one. Yeah. And he's late. He goes a shortcut for the graveyard, and he actually meets Yo straight away. Like, you don't see it, he just literally gets past the gate and Yo sees him. Let's see. There's a little scene a little bit later that is not in the manga. I know because I read the first chapter. Bits of it. I know you already did get past that bit, but still, that part wasn't in it. I'll explain. I'll get to that in a bit. Yo asks him if he wants to so Harrison stare at the sky with him, stare at the stars with him and his buddies. And of course, you know where this is going. Manta is confused. Now, for those English dub only fans, Manta is actually Mortimer or Morty. So just let you know there. Should have said that earlier. But I'm going by their Japanese name because Manta actually sounded weird to me at first, but I got used to it quickly. I'm gonna be watching the original Shaman King anime soon, but right now I want to watch Discourse the Avengers because that is a good anime. Might review that sometime. Yeah. Anyway, um, the ghosts show up. Yo mentions their bum who cannot pass on. Okay. He's still confused by Mantis' expression. I mean, yeah, I can't believe he doesn't get it. Like normal people who see ghosts will be frightened like Manta. After that, we cut to the school where Manta's talking to some friends of his. You know, the kids from the original anime. They look I like how they look. They don't look entirely different at all. Like, the animation keeps it the same as the original animes look. And I say that's actually really good. Should I mention this earlier, but I'm not going to go through all the differences, but I will mention some of the differences that are very interesting. Not mention any censorship because that's I'm just going to mention what's different between the original anime and the modern one. Anyway, where was I? Yeah. Once the class in the seats, Manta's a little pissed that his friends don't believe him. And then the usual reaction when Yo comes to the class. But unlike in the original anime, where after Yo sits in the seat, well, also after Manta screamed, he talks to Yo in the seat in the original version when he's sitting down. And he doesn't whisper it either. He mentions that's the boy he sold the ghost on last night. Of course, similar to manga, Yo does not to know who he is, and ghost still exists. That's what he pretends to be. That annoys Manta a bit. So, like in the original, he follows Yo around. But here's something. After following Yo, when Yo's at the bridge, at the same time, after Yo makes a comment about the nice wind, Manta gets annoyed and yells. But unlike in the original where Yo didn't see him, the reboot actually has Yo talking to Manta. Like he literally sees Manta. I'm not kidding. That is, and I read the manga. The conversation at the bank was not in the original manga or the anime. So this is entirely a new original scene, which is really odd for an anime for people to claim you follow the manga more accurately. Hey, it's actually pretty cool. Wait, Yo tells him about him being a shaman, and asks Manta where the museum is. Here's what I meant about it combining two episodes from the 2004 or 2001 series, however, on the original anime. Where this was in two separate plots for two different episodes. They combined the idea of episode 2 into episode 1 with Mosuke, with Midamaru and Mosuke. Oh, I forgot to mention, you see Midamaru a little bit earlier, which I think this is supposed to be for people who know the original, who've seen the original anime or read the manga. But for those who never even seen either, they're confused because why would they show him? Because that's confusing. Why show Midamaru if they show a picture of him and stuff? That's pretty cool. They combine two different story elements there. Anyway, I think he was back at school. Manta's still mad at Yo. What he's done. I think Yo might be back in the graveyard tonight. Meanwhile, Yo heads to the museum and meets Mosuke. Who's been in that museum for 600 years, waiting for making a sword for his best friend, Minamaru. I'm sorry, if you don't know that, I should have revealed that a little bit later, but still. I'll get to the story a little bit later. Alright. After that, we cut to the graveyard, where we meet Ryosuke again. Ryosuke. Ryonosuke, I meant. Or you are known as Ryu, or Wooden Sword Ryu. Now, in the original dub, his name is technically the same, but spelled differently. It's not pronounced Ryu, it's pronounced Ryo in the dub. I'll talk about my thoughts on what it could be, who might be cast, about I'll talk about my hopes for the English dub, for the English dub of the anime a little bit after. But right now, they mention that the graveyard was abandoned, no one comes here. And one of them mentions about the kid that comes up here, which is Yo. Of course, Ryu is pissed. And as in the original anime, he knocks over the tombstone of Minamaru. One of the guys is scared because of the state of a curse. And tells the boss about the story. Well, about the legend is. I forgot to mention, Yo asked Manta if he knew about Midamaru. Yeah. Anyway. He's a little annoyed. And he smashes the tombstone half with his sword because he doesn't believe in that story. But that's gonna be about with a short mouth open like that. Which reminds me of some gags in One Piece, you know? I don't know why it's just keep making me feel like making me feel like I'm watching something like One Piece similar. It's not. It's pretty cool though. Like I think it's pretty cool. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Mantis sees it and is scared, but accidentally, tries to crawl away quietly. He accidentally hits a can, and he's caught, and he's beaten up. Unlike in the original anime, where the graveyard scene takes place after the school, because as I mentioned, the reboot comprises plots from both the original series anime's first two episodes, which I find is pretty interesting, pretty good. It actually makes a good story to resolve a problem in the first episode, in a great way for new viewers to get interested. So yeah, I, Automata comes to the school with the usual look if you've seen the original anime. You know about the bandage arm, boost eye, and the bandage on his head, like a headband bandage. So yeah, events love him for doing something stupid, but go back there because because they don't believe in ghosts, you know. Yoko Spice says that he believes in ghosts. So yeah. So yeah, he talks to Benta. Unlike in the original anime where he's at the shoe locker, only he actually. So after the chat, they chat while he drags Manta to the graveyard to get payback of you. It's funny and serious at the same. It's funny and dramatic at the same time. It's really good. Yo mentions that they're no bad people when they see ghosts. If they can see ghosts, which I find is a really interesting line. Eric's considers Manta a friend, even though they literally not, even though Manta doesn't think so because they only met not just the other day. It's very interesting. Sorry. I thought I mentioned this a little bit of a comedic bit earlier when Yo meets Mosuke. Mosuke's shocked that Yo could see him and that he's not scared. So after that, we cut to the graveyard where Yo and Manta are facing up against Rio. Unlike in the original anime where Manta was tied to a tree and Yo just sitting there with the wooden sword behind him. That was funny in the original anime. I'm sure it was not in the reboot, but it's funny though. After the stern overview, Aminamawa appears behind him. Mantis wonders how scared because ghosts can't fight humans. That's where, if you've seen the original anime, Yo so gets Minamo into a spirit ball. But now here's another difference. In the original anime, the spirit ball was blue fire. Actually, I don't know about. I think that was in a Japanese version too. I don't know really. I mean, because four kids were changing their fire. But the blue fire symbolizes spiritual, so that makes sense. Instead, it was changed to a regular color fire orange, which is also pretty cool. So he and Mimo bond and kick the crap out of Rio. After that, he cuts Rio's hair that gets cut. He gets cut up. So that's still gonna be a running gag throughout the show. You know, Rio's bad appearances when he was still bad. Always got his hair chopped up. It was funny. So after the bow, Matt, Matt, Yo tells Manta um, about the power of Shaman King, I think. I can't remember. And like an individual, asks Minamo to join him, but Minamo refuses. Well, Yo mentioned Minamo mentions we've waiting here for 600 years, and he's not going to stop. Yo tells him about he met Mosuke, and that's about the story of the past. So in the past, 600 years ago, Minamo and Mosuke went to the Lord. Minamo was trying to become the world's greatest samurai, and Mosuke's dream was to become the world's greatest swordsmith, blacksmith, swordsmith that builds swords and stuff. The Emperor hired them. A little bit later, and there's a bit of a weird bit here. Minamo has a creepy smell for a minute. Kind of like this. Well, something like that, anyway. It was creepy, actually. That caught me off guard. Like, looking back on it, it's funny. It catches you off guard first, but when you look back on it, you kind of laugh. No one actually acknowledges that for some reason. I think that creepy smell was accidental. For the animators. But hey, it's funny. So yeah, later that day, the Emperor, the Lord, who's a total bastard, asked Minamo to kill Mosuke. Because he wants the only sword, the most well-known, greatest sword to only be held by him. No, doesn't only be one in a kind. Just selfish. Minamo tells Mosuke about that. The brother said. Minamo tells Mosuke to run away, so they will never see him. We agree that he had to wait one day to get the sword. And the next day, the Emperor, the Lord's men surrounded Minamo. They mentioned they took him down, and he mentioned him, so that means they obviously killed him. And after that, Minamo said that he bowed all his heart, but in the end, his strength gave out on him. And he died. That is just tragic when you think about it. Poor Minamo. So, yeah. And Yo tells him that he met Mosuke earlier, and that's in the flashback. Yo tells Mosuke that he can use his body to make the sword because he's a shaman. Honestly, I like Yo's Japanese new voice actress, because in the original Japanese dub, he's played by a different actress to be more specific. I did only write down his name. Hang on. He's voiced by Yoko Hikasa in the reboot, but in the original anime, he's voiced by Yuko Sato. But for my next review, I'm going to write down all the names, see if any of them were played by different actors. So he mentions that, and Mosuke feels ashamed for what happened, and has already moved on. And Mimo calls him a fool, that makes him want to beat him up, beat the crap out of him more, beat the hell out of him, which was a good thing, because it's ruins their friendship. Mimo agrees to be Yo's guardian spirit. Then we actually see Tao Ren. Tao Ren before his introduction. I can't remember when he was I don't think he was introduced in episode 2, so this is great interesting. We see him and his guardian spirit. And he looks pretty intimidating. That's actually pretty cool. And that's it for the reboot. The ending is pretty good too. Now, I want to give my thoughts on about possible things with a dub. Now, I have a feeling that if it does get a dub, it'll be dubbed by one of the most well-known dubbing anime companies ever. I'll give you a clue. They have a purple smiley face. They have a smiley face on a purple background with no eyes. You know. If you don't get it, it's I'm talking about Funimation. And they're a well-known company for releasing uncut anime dubs, even releasing them subbed. So yeah. I just got a gut feeling they'll be dubbing it. It's just a feeling I've been having. I don't know why. Maybe because of the overall feel of Shaman King. Its look and art. It's like someone out there in Funimation's library. And they even had Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie on their app. I'm not kidding. Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie is available on their app. Sub and dub. Which is because that's on my Konami. And the reason Konami won't release any uncut Yu-Gi-Oh! Dubs because they don't see a profit in it. Which is just mean. Which is just stupid. They always, yeah, of course they get money, but they should do it for the fans as well. I don't know whoever they'll cast as Yo and Manta and some other characters. I'm fine with. But I think they should cast get Sean Shamel to return to Shaman King. You don't know who he is? Well, you're missing out because he voices one of the most famous anime characters ever. You know, tall, big guy, orange outfit, spiky black hair, sometimes gold. I'm talking about he voices Goku, Son Goku of the Dragon Ball franchise, or should I say adult Goku, since the original Dragon Ball anime. I think he's a good choice. But before joining Dragon Ball, he actually worked for 4Kids back in the day. And he did a lot of the anime. Still, he was in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX as the Chairman Rose, and Dr. Crowler. uh, he sometimes makes made a cameo in the 4Kids double One Piece in the Alabaster arc. Now he's even in a Funimation dub of One Piece in one movie. Let's say I like that bro. Also in the Shaman King original 4Kids dub, in the 4Kids dub of the Shaman King anime, he voiced Minamaro and Ryu. Which I think they could recast him as the characters. Because why not? He's part of it. He works for them now. Nothing wrong with that. It'd be interesting to hear him when we have. If you live in the US, you've probably seen the two uncut versions of Shaman King. Sorry. They only released 2 DVDs uncut for some reason. I don't know why. They stopped doing it for another reason. Sorry. They really stopped doing it. I want to get my thoughts on that some other time. But, anyway. Yeah. They should... If they don't cast him as Minamaro, then they should cast him as... Well, actually, I didn't know he voiced Minamaro. Because that actually bought Minamaro's voice actor was the same as Pegasus. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know that was Sean Shamrock until I looked it up. I gotta rewatch it also now. But yeah. Who would you cast in the English dub of Shaman King 2021? Let me know in the comments below. And do you think Sean Shamrock could... And you think it would be possible for Sean Shamrock to reprise his role as those 2 characters for the dub? That's it for this review. Reviewing another new anime this week. Well, not this week, but some other time. Because on the 7th of April, Wednesday the 7th of April will be the first episode of The World Ends With You, the animation. Yep, that first episode debuts this week, this Wednesday. It's going to be so amazing. I've not played the game, so I don't. I only seen bit heard this. I don't know much. So I'm gonna be completely blind into gonna be going into completely blind with the show. I like to quit. So I don't want to talk about what that is yet. Not until I review it. So yeah. Thank you, Shamans, and I'll see you all soon. Um, Now take out your spirit orb and say goodbye. Wow, I can't think of a good outro, but you get the point. I'll see you all soon, Shaman King fans, and possibly for a review of the original Shaman King. Bye bye. And before I go, as I mentioned earlier, there's been something going on. Like some reason, was acting out. My camera was acting up. It said there was other apps with this feature in it open. Even though that's not true, there's no other applications with that feature open. So, yeah. I'll get and goodbye. Yeah, that's it.